off. Americans return to space as Discovery clears the tower.
Back. So look, this year we're going to be doing the small account challenge. All right, I started I didn't start the challenge. Mr. Ross Cameron, who you can find on YouTube, a very popular trader. I saw him doing this challenge a very long time ago, and I watched him grow a small account into a large sum of money just based off his trading techniques and consistency. So this is something I wanted to do, and I think this is something that really solidifies you as a trader, because it really doesn't matter what amount of money you start off with, whether it's $100, $1,000, $10,000, $50,000. If you don't have proper position size management, risk management, in a trading system that tells you when to enter and exit said stock that you're trading, then it really doesn't matter what amount of money you start off with, because you're going to end up blowing your account up. Okay, and I've been but I've blown up a few accounts, learning that lesson the hard way. So with that being said, I started this challenge for myself back in late 16 going into 17, I believe, or late 17 going into 18. And we started off with like $679, and we got it up to about $3,000 to $4,000 within a month. And then I had to go back out to sea, because as everyone knows, I'm active duty military. So with that being said, for the next 3 years, I won't be going anywhere or deploying anytime soon. So this is a perfect opportunity for myself as a trader to do the small account challenge and show my consistent trading techniques and my entries and exits. And this is a good way for any trader to kind of solidify themselves as a consistent trader, starting off with a small amount of money and building up to a large sum of money. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do that challenge this year. I'm going to document it all on YouTube, so that way everyone can follow, and you'll be able to follow my trades, everything. I'm going to post all my trades. I'm going to do a weekly analysis on all of my trades, my mindset, why I made my entries and my exits. And I'm going to actually post my trades live in my Discord chat room. The link is below. So that way, if you want to follow me into a trade and out of a trade, that's on you. All right. I won't be charging for any of this. This will be free for any and everyone to follow. Okay. I've had quite a few people ask me to do the small account challenge, and they just want me to document my trading techniques and what I look for and how I trade. All right. So with that being said, as you can see right here in front of you, this is my trade journal. All right, and we're going to go through the trade journal, because every trader needs to be able to document their trades, so that way they can go back and reflect on their trades, what went wrong, what went right, what emotions were they feeling at the time, psychologically, what were they thinking, so that way they can always go back and reflect on those trades and try not to make those same mistakes twice. All right, so as you can see here, this is my trade journal. We'll kind of go through it. TTMTrades trade journal. Capital, we're going to start off with $590. I have $590 in my E-Trade account. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trading options this entire year. So when we started the small account challenge, the initial go around, we were just doing swing trades and day trades. This year is going to be strictly options. Okay, that's the new flavor of contracts I've been trading, and I like options. Okay, a lot to gain, but a lot to risk at the same time if you do not utilize proper position size management and risk management when trading options. Okay, so this year, small account challenge, strictly options all year, and we're going to document all of that. So with that being said, capital, we're going to start off with $490. I've already made $478 on one of my recent trades, almost doubling my account, up 81% already. So we'll go over that trade towards the end of the week when I summarize the week. But this box will show my total net profit or loss, total withdrawals if I ever withdrew money out the account, which I won't. So this will always be a dash. The end capital, as the account builds and adds up, you will see the end capital, and then the cash balance that's left from when I enter a trade, what cash is left over for me to trade with, that I did not use. Okay, now a trade journal will list a lot of information. All right, so just on this front page right here, the dashboard, Overall performance is going to tell me my total gain from all of my trades throughout the year all together, and my total loss from all of my trades throughout the year, okay? And the percentage, and the profit loss will be of course the gain minus the loss, and the difference will be how much I made over the whole entire course of the year. This right here will be my top 3 cumulative profit loss per stocks right here. So right now with the Beyond 113 call that I just recently made, of course, it's going to be my top one with a $478 profit. This right here is the distribution of gains and losses. Okay, so any good trader, depending on your risk to reward scenario, you always want to try to keep your trades, as you can see here, it starts off 0 to 2% positive, and then it goes to the right, positive 2 to 4, 4 to 6, all the way up to 20% and above made on trades. And then as you go further to the left, 0 to -2, -2 to -4, all the way up, all the way to -20 and below, right? So if we make trades where we are losing 20% of our account per trade, then that's not a good thing, right? So for me, based off my position size management and the amount of risk I'm willing to take, I want to keep my trades right here. Anytime I take a loss anywhere, I want the loss to be mitigated to -2% all the way to as high as 6%, okay? If I get risky, I might take a 10% hit here and there, but that just depends, okay? But we want all of our losses to stay within this general area as we take them, because we do not want to take big losses and destroy our account, okay? The goal of this is longevity, right? The longer you stay in the game, the longer, the more opportunities are afforded to you to make money. All right, so this is our gains and losses. It will track that throughout the year. Overall trade statistics, all right, how many wins have we had, how many losses, and then that will give us our win rate and loss rate. Okay, on average, I average a win rate of 68.47%. Okay, meaning that when I trade based off my setup and my system, I profit 68% of the time on my trades, and then based on my loss rate, I lose 32% of the time. Okay, and that's not bad. And then you come over here to the profit loss. Based off me winning 68% of the time, this is how much I'm averaging on those trades that are winning trades 68% of the time, and then this is how much I'm losing average loss on those 32% of the trades that I'm taking each time. Okay, and then that'll give us our profit factor and our expectancy. Okay, what can we expect per trade based off these statistics right here? Now as we continue to come down, it'll give us this month's performance, as you see here. So as each month closes out, and we'll do a weekly end of week review, and then we'll close out the month with a end of month review on all of my trades, and this will tell us how much we profited for the month and or lost for the month, how we did first quarter, January, February, March, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and so on. And then year to date, we would want this number to be 100,000 or more, because we're going to take a $590 account and aim for 100 grand by the end of the year. Okay, previous year to date, there won't be one, because this is a fresh journal that we're starting for the 2020 small account challenge. This would be my performance equity curve, excuse me. Okay, and what we want to see is we want to see this curve consistently go up nonstop throughout the year. Okay, we may have some drawdowns to where we go on a losing streak. Every trader goes on a losing streak. So, you know, even though this performance curve is continuously going up, we may have a period where it may just dip down for a while, which that is our drawdown period. And then from there, we want to see the curve continuously go up each trade until we get to 100 grand. Okay, weekly performance. Okay, same thing. My equity curve on my performance throughout the week. And then as we come down, that drawdown I was just talking about and losing streak, my maximum drawdown period, which is the most money I've lost in a single trade and or a series of trade, right? That's my maximum drawdown during the period of this year that we're going to be trading in. Drawdown on the longest streak, again, on a string of trades that I make. If I'm having a losing period, then that would document that. My longest losing streak, of course, and then my longest winning streak and my current streak. All right. Our multiple expectancy. All right. My R multiple is 6%. All right. So right now, what that means is I'm willing to take a 6% hit on my account starting off per trade, right? And we'll talk about that more in detail. But with me having a 1-to-5 profit loss ratio, what that means is if my R is a negative 6% and my profit loss is a 1-to-5, then that means on average I'm making a 30% gain, okay, which is a good risk to reward ratio, okay. So my R multiple is 6% right now. Trade analytics, this will break down all the trades in detail as you go through here and read how long I held the trade, how long I hold on to my winners, how long I hold on to my losers. The one thing we don't want to see is you hold on to losers for multiple days, even multiple weeks, okay, and you allow that loss to continuously go. So you want to cut that loss immediately, average holding days, so on and so forth. All of the trade analytical data that you need to see where you're at as a trader. This will talk about my last 20 trades and how I've done. Trade evaluation based off my entry and exit and my emotions and my trade setups, the statistics as far as which trade setups I quite use, which ones I use quite often, and how I perform with those trade setups, and which ones I don't use quite often. Okay, so that is the dashboard. Okay, that will summarize our trading statistics throughout the year and let us know how we perform. Now, stock position. This will be my cumulative sold positions. Excuse me. All right. So every time I cash out of a position, whether it's a win or a loss, this will document those trades. Okay. Of course, all my wins to the left, all my losses to the right, and then it'll take those two and give you the overall trade statistics of how I'm coming out as far as my wins, loss, my average profit per win, my average profit per loss, so on and so forth, and then the overall profit loss over here in the to the far right. And then this will give you my capital and how much I'm making throughout the month, as you see here on the side. So again, the reason why you see ticker beyond 113 call, that's a recent trade that we just made for 113% gain. Okay, so that's the stock position tab. Now the trade log, okay, this is every time I enter a position and exit a position, I document it right here on my trade log. Okay, so as you can see here on February 5th, we entered MNK 550 calls. The price, it was a buy. The price we bought it at, how many shares. Okay, now you know what options you have to time the premium price times 100. So that is why you'll see 100 shares, 300 shares, 200 shares, which is honestly, if you see 300 shares, that means 3 contracts. Okay, and then the fee, how much it costs to purchase those contracts, right? So right now, E-Trade charges me 50 cents per option contract, rather than 65 because I've made so many trades within a certain time period. Okay, but I document everything here. As you can see, the Beyond 113 call, we bought at 419, one contract, and then we sold that one contract, that 113 call, for 898, for a profit of $478. So this will track each and every last one of my trades in my trade log. Okay, and then it will talk about my top 5 stock positions by allocation, based off how I have my account allocated. Okay, so I have a 76% of my money allocated to this Beyond 120 call, and I have 23% of my account allocated to this MNK 550 call. Okay, and then the date, so on and so forth. Moving on. Portfolio is the trade plan. All right, once we enter the trade, as you see here, MNK 550 call, the average price I paid, which is 0.329, and the market price in which the market it closed at is at 45 cents. Total shares, it says 700, but that means 7 contracts. Current market value based off how much I paid for them and what the market price is right now, currently worth $314.50. I profited thus far $84.48, and it gives me my profit loss in a percentage. Okay, now the based off my R, right? Remember I was telling you equity percent to risk per trade. I'm only willing to risk 6% of my account per trade. All right, so with that being said, the stop R, that one R represents 6%. So with me entering a position at 0.329, then I need to have a stop loss at 0.238 to make sure I'm maintaining that 6% risk I'm willing to take per trade. Same thing with the beyond calls. If I entered at 380, then I need to have a stop loss at 349 to maintain that 6% stop loss, 6% risk I'm willing to take. Okay. Now again, I have a 1-to-5 profit loss ratio. So with that being said, I make 5 times the amount that I lose on average when I trade. So with that being said, based off that 1-to-5 ratio, then it comes over here and it tells me how much, well, the target price I need to aim for based off that 1-to-5 ratio, okay, for my overall total account. So it'll tell me, hey, you entered at 380, you need to try to hit 541 and hit your profit target. That'll give you $320, okay. You entered this one at 0.329, you need to try to sell at 0.79 to make a $320 profit based off your total account, to meet that 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio. Okay, so this calculates it for me, and it helps keep me on track, right? So that way you have you plan the trade going in, and then you trade the plan once you're in there, and you don't deviate from that. Okay, if you deviate from your trading plan, then that's when emotional trading comes into play, and you start making bad decisions based off emotions and not an actual system or setup that you have. Okay, once we close out our positions, then we go back and we review that trade. Okay, so for example, the beyond 113 call that we entered on February 6th, what was the trade setup? Okay, for me, that was a call on a weak downtrend, a setup that I look for, one of the 4 setups I look for. And what was the reason for buying? Well, there was a 30-minute chart consolidation. Okay, and why did I enter that? Well, I entered that position based off my 30-minute cross setup that I saw. Okay, what was my emotions at the time of entering that trade? Was I pissed off? Was there fear of missing out? Did I try to anticipate something? Was I satisfied with the entry? Well, I was quite satisfied with the entry based off me following the 30-minute cross entry signal that I got. Okay, so this lists all of those. Now, at the same time, our trade evaluation setting, there's a point system on each one, right? And you can, on here, I can go and modify the point system, right? If I want that to be 2 points, I can change it to 2 points, but 1 point. Okay, and as I exit per the point system, then those points will add up here on the dashboard. And if we scroll down here, you can see that this is my trade evaluation curve, kind of like an equity curve. And as you can see, my points are adding up because I'm executing the trades to my satisfaction. Okay, now if I start entering trades based off, as you see here, FOMO, or trying to anticipate a trade, or I'm being impatient, or I'm being greedy, then it will subtract those points, as you see, -3, -2, and you'll kind of see my emotional equity curve when I make these trades. Okay, and one thing we don't want is an emotional equity curve of going up and down, up and down. Okay, we want to see a consistent curve showing that I'm clear-headed when I'm making my trades, and that I'm doing just fine. Okay, if I were to take a loss on the trade, what was the cause of error on that trade? Okay, did some good news come out? Did the ER come out? Did I not go in with a setup? This allows me to annotate that cause of error. Okay, and then again, each one of my trade setups with the definition to the right. Okay, so that's the trade review. Dividends, we don't really have to worry about dividends during the small account challenge because I'm not buying any stocks for the long-term haul to hold for dividends. Okay, bank transfer, that's that 590. We have to document it on here, so that way all the math can be calculated in the Excel sheet as we make our entries and exits on our trade. So as you can see, we started off at that 590 on February 3rd, and that's the initial entry, initial 2020 entry for the small account option growth discipline small account challenge. Okay, and then a monthly report. Okay, so as we do our week-to-week report, and then once we get done and we do an end of month report for February, This right here will tell us, you know, what month was it? What did we start off with that month? 590. Did we deposit any more money, or did we withdraw any more money during that month? Which we won't be withdrawing any money at all during this entire trading challenge, okay? Nor depositing any more money, okay? We're just going to start with 590 and go from there. So this will always be a dash. What did we profit that month? So far, we profited $478 this month. And this is the total profit for the month, and this will be the total loss for the month, okay? Again, no cash dividends. We're not buying dividend stocks and holding them. And then the total end capital, once they take the profit and the loss, what did we end the month with total? Okay, we started with $590. So far this month, we're at $1,068. How much did we get charged in taxes and fees from entering and exiting options, right? And I get charged 50 cents per options. I need to understand how much slippage is playing into my trades and how much money I'm losing due to me entering and exiting these trades. I really don't have to worry about that because of me having such a small account. I won't be able to be a pattern day trader where I'm hopping in and out of a stock, you know, 5, 7, 8 times a day, and I have to worry about me constantly getting charged 50 cents. Okay, so with me having a small account, 1, I have to play by the pattern day trader rule, and 2, I'm more of a swing trader by nature, seeing that I still am in the military, and you know, I have another job that I have to take care of. All right, so that'll track that, and then once they take our beginning balance along with our total profit and our loss for the month, then that will give us a total percentage. So right now for the month, we're up 81% for the month of February, just based off one trade. Okay, there's still many more trades to go for the month, and this will give us our profit loss for the month, which I'm currently up $478, which is why this says 81% gain on the account. My R multiple, right? We always want to average a 1 to 5 R multiple. Okay, and just based off that one trade, my R multiple right now is pretty high. It's 1 to 13. That's why you see that 13.5 right now. Number of trades I took for the month, my average win per trade. Okay, right now it says 113% per trade. That will not be my average gain per trade. Okay, in the option world, is it possible? Yes, but not on a consistent basis. Okay, I normally average anywhere from 30 to 56% gain per trade. So that number will begin to average out as I make more trades throughout the month. Okay, my average loss for the month, my win rate, and then what is my edge ratio based off my statistics. Okay, and that's it for the overall trade journal. This is what we're going to go over every week, at the end of the week and at the end of every month when we summarize the month. Now, how are we going to get there? Okay, this is the profit target sheet. All right, you must have a trade plan, and you have to execute that trade plan in order to get to your goal. Okay, so what do I mean by that? If you look, account value, we're starting off with $590. All right, my position size going into each trade is I'm going max risk. All right, because I understand my trade statistics and my trade setups and where I stand. Okay, so I'm comfortable going max risk to start off. So what do I mean max risk? When I say position size, I'm going in 100% of my account. Okay, my account value is $590. I'm going in 100% of the account value, which each trade I'm going in the full account, $590. I'm risking 6%, which means I'm willing to take a $35 loss per trade. The total risk, which will sum up based off my position size that I'm taking and my risk I'm taking per that trade, this will sum up the total risk. So since I'm going 100% position size starting off, and my risk I'm taking 6%, my total risk could be 6%. All right, my reward, we want to aim for a 30% gain each trade if possible. Okay, if we fall short of that, that's fine, right? But if we hit that 30% and go higher up the 40 to 50%, then we want to move that stop loss up and make sure we lock in that 30%. And we want to let those winners continue to run. Okay, but we're aiming for at a minimum 30% per trade, and that'll give us $177 starting off based off our position size. Okay, so as we follow this down to a T, you should see your account value grow per trade, as you see here, till we get all the way down to 100 grand. All right, which is 34 trades. Now it's going to be way more than 34 trades because I'm not going to make 34 straight profitable trades. I'm going to have some minor losses in between. So with me having a 68% win ratio. Okay, those 34 trades, I should possibly get there. 100. I should get there, give or take, right around 59 to 60 trades. I should be able to get there, if not sooner. Okay, depending on how bullish this market is, and I keep making 100% gains on each trade, then we'll move up way faster. Okay, so what do I mean by that? As I highlighted yellow, that means I've already hit those wickets, that goal, and then I have a tracker right here where I put X's saying we hit that goal already, right? So going in initially with the $590, my first trade, I wanted to make a 30% gain of $177, which now will build my account to $767. All right, for the second trade, I want to go in 100%, $767 my whole account, and make another 30% gain for $230, taking my account to $997. Okay, but with me making my first trade and making 113% return, I've already passed one trade, two trades, three trades. All right, I'm already, you see what I'm saying? I already made such a big gain. My first trade, I've already skipped straight over these three. Okay, so we might get there a little sooner. I don't know. Okay, we don't want to get hype off that 113% gain we made on our first trade. Okay, so we will get there. The key thing is that you follow this profit target Excel spreadsheet to a T. Okay, and this profit target Excel sheet is available in my Discord. The link is down below, including this trade journal. Okay, a limited version of this trade journal is also available down in my Discord. The link is below. Okay, I'm going to open up the Discord to everybody. You can go in, you can download the profit target Excel sheet. It tells you right here what cells to edit and play with for you to build your account. And you can even go and download those limited trade journals, which will only allow you to document 30 trades. Okay, if you want the full version, then that will not limit you to only 30 trades being documented, but way more. But what that will do is give you a start and get you on some type of trading system. Okay, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do this year. We're gonna take $590. We're gonna turn it to $100,000. I want to thank Mr. Ross Cameron for starting this and me seeing this, because now it's motivated me to put my skills to the test as a trader, and not only put them to the test but document them and show everyone else that it's possible who have a small account. Because again, I get a lot of new traders that come to me and say, hey, I only have $200, I only have $400, I only have $500, you know, how much I need to start trading. Well, that's all you need. Okay, that's all you need. But you also need good risk management, good position size management, and you need a trading system, a tested trading system. Okay, if you have a trading system that only wins 30% of the time and you lose 70% of the time, you might want to work on another trading system. Okay, if you have a trading system, you know, that wins 50% of the time and loses 50% of the time, that's a pretty good trading system, as long as your risk to reward is 1 to 2. Okay, and what I mean by that is you can't have a trading system where you win 50% of the time and lose 50% of the time. In each trade you make 6% and you lose 6%. That's just going to put you at dead zero, right? So a trading system where you win 50% of the time and lose 50% of the time, as long as you have a risk reward ratio of 1 to 2, then you'll be good to go, right? Whatever your risk is per trade, right? You want to be able to make double that. So if you're risking 3%, you want to be able to make 6%. All right, so those 50% of the trades you lose on, right, you're only losing 3%, but the other 50% that you're winning on, you're making 6%, right, which is helping you profit in the long run. So these are all data points that you need, so that way you can track your trades and know where you stand as a trader. Okay, and that also allows you to know what type of risk you can take per trade, and it helps you out in the long run. Okay, but wife is walking out. So That's what we're doing for 2020. Again, the Discord link is down below. I'm going to open it up to everyone, even my premium side. I'm opening it up to everyone. Everything is free. It's not about me charging money or trying to get money out of anyone. I don't need it, okay? If you want to follow this for the year 2020, join the Discord down below. I will post all of my trades, and I'm documenting everything on YouTube because I want to show everyone that it's possible. TTMTrades.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.